Hi everyone, and welcome to the 13th edition of Stay at Home Quiz. We're going to be getting things going in about 19 minutes. We've got a really exciting quiz for you here tonight. As usual, 6 rounds of 5 questions each, so that's 30 questions in those rounds with some bonus questions intermingled as well. As from last week and will be from now on, the quiz is free, so you can join by typing in the pin that's on your screen now. Nikki's the first to join, and Nicole as well. So hi Nikki and Nicole, welcome to the quiz. Regular returning players. Let's just wait some more minutes as well for everyone else to join. What's everyone been up to this week? Here it's just been pretty much solid rain the entire week, it seems. But I did have a little bit of time to work on a couple of things in our workshop, like a sort of woodwork room. Just trying to get things set up there to do some jobs over the summer, but not much gardening. And I fixed some lights on the car, and of course getting ready for the quiz. Have things been with you guys? Feel free to let me know in the YouTube comments. Say hello, tell me what you've been up to. So we've had another player join here, Sumadili. I'm not sure I know this player, but the Gili makes it sound like Haradni Gili, which was an old player. I'm not sure if it's the same player. We'll find out after, because actually I can show it now. Let me just bring up the scores and just show the top here. Yeah, so this is an overview of the scores, so we can see who here based on the total number of points that people have scored. This will always be linked to, let's say, your most recent name that has been input into the Kahoot app, but it's always linked back to your email. So if you're a returning player, all of your points are aggregated together. So we can see here Nicole has played 11 times and has amassed 243,000 points, which is more than anyone else, with an average of 22,000 points and a best score of 31,000. And that's 249 correct answers, which is quite a lot. Then also, who just joined there was Nikki, has also scored 230,000 points with an average of 20,000 and a best score of 29,000. So some really good scores there. And Sumadili, I can't comment on your scores because I don't know who you were in previous weeks. Or how you were called. So actually let me just go back so I can show you some of the other things. So we can see here the positions. Yeah, he was actually this player, Haradni Gili. Maybe it's the same player who's just joined. I'm not sure, but if it is, then you'll add to your score. And I've made a new overview here, which is the team scores. So this week, or yeah, we already have, or our regular team is Samorości with the word Sam at the end. So they've had a total of 47 plays and over 1 million points across the whole team, which is absolutely fantastic. Actually, over half of the total points have been won in the Samorości team, with a best score of 31,000, an average of 22,000, and over 1,000 correct answers for Samorości, which is fantastic. And a new team last week was the Chew team, and they had 4 players, total of 68,000 points, with a best score of 21,000 and an average of 17,000, 83 correct answers. And then a couple of other teams here that don't make such an appearance, or not so often, but we'll see if some more teams come up in the future. We'd like to see more teams so we can extend this. Samorości obviously have a huge lead, but there's still 1.8 million points. Oh, actually, so Samorości have about a third of the points, because there's 1.8 million of the points are within players who are not members of teams. So it'd be interesting to see if some more of you maybe want to form teams. Let me know if you form another team and which players are in it, and I can update these scores. So let's go back to the starting screen. We'll kick things off in about 13 minutes. I'm wondering as well if the football seasons in the UK has just started again, and I know there's going to be a football match tonight which might affect the attendance here. It's the Merseyside derby, I think, of Liverpool versus Everton. But of course, that will go on for about an hour and a half or 2 hours. This maybe for a similar time. But we'll be here for you every week, without fail, at the same time. Hopefully the time is still good for everyone. And yeah, the quizzes for pubQuiz are open, and I think they are pretty stable at the moment as we wait for more venues to recover or to open up after the quarantine. I should be back with you in a few moments. So yeah, we've got about another 7 minutes until we start. It looks like a few more of you are joining. So welcome back to Sophie Chu, and I think Alice Chu was with us in previous weeks. Welcome to Julia Morton, Scout Chu, Kitty Hawks, welcome back. And somebody I think has got a bit confused with the pin and the name and called themselves the pin. So 218158, welcome to you. And Marty, welcome back to you as well. I'll just bring up the scores. So here are the, I was just going through with others here. So if you can see your name on here, I was just going through and talking about some of the top scorers. So we can see the overall scores here in this column G. So Kitty Hawks, you've just joined. You've amassed a total of 154,000 points over playing 8 quizzes with an average score of 19,000 and a high score best, which I think maybe, was it even last week or was it the previous week before that, of 35,000 and 163 correct answers. Pretty good there. And then we can see in positions here, we can see the number of first places, the number of second places, number of third places for each player. So search out yourself and check it on this sheet. Of course, as well, I encourage you, I'm now starting to track really the team scores here. So Samaroshji have been established for a long time and have amassed 1 million points, and they've played a total with all their players together of 47 quizzes, and with an average of 22,000 and a best of 31,000, and with over 1,000 correct answers. And it'd be great if some of the rest of you can form teams. Of course, we have the Chu team, or Chews, from last week. So there were four of you playing. You got a total of 68,000 points with an average score of 17,000 and a best score of 21,000 and 83 correct answers. It'd be great if you want to add more of you to the team, either message me separately or simply add your names in the same way. So let me just show you how that might look. Yeah, for instance, I don't know if others of you want to join the same team. Yeah, just put the word Chu at the end and you'll join the Chu team. So who else have we had join? Richard Chu has joined, so adding to the Chu team. Franny has joined, and Sal. Fantastic, welcome to all of you. So if you've still got a few minutes, so fix yourself a drink, maybe a snack, and use the bathroom as well. I guess that's probably quite important. And we'll be ready for the quiz. As usual, it's completely free, but if you want to help support the quiz, please visit our website at StayAtHomeQuiz.com and make a donation. You can either, here it's in dollars, but I think we can put it into any currency. Yeah, so feel free to make a donation. Here it is in Czech crowns. And I think it also adjusts into pounds as well. So just click on the link and buy the item that you want to donate. If it's a small donation you want to make, if it's a medium donation or a large donation, it's up to you. And it's completely voluntary, there's no obligation. But we are extremely grateful for any donations that we receive to help the cause and help the business survive through these tough times. So who else have we had join now? Also Kitty Chew has joined. Fantastic. Welcome to all of you. Just 2 more minutes left before we start. Let me know if anything is too loud or too quiet. The best way to communicate with me is to tell me via the YouTube chat if you want me to turn the volume up or down, or if you can't hear something. Another thing, remember that there's this 12-second delay. So from when I speak, you will see the question appear on your Kahoot app. So if you you will see the question appear on your Kahoot app, but you probably won't see me say anything about that question on this stream for another 10 or 12 seconds. So be careful not to answer too quickly, but there will always be that 12-second delay. For every question you'll get 60 seconds to answer, but minus those 12 seconds, so you'll get about 48 seconds to answer each question. And we've had another player join here, the Scottish Storm. So it sounds like some pretty typical Scottish weather there. Which, I don't know, how would you describe Scottish weather? I think I've got a question for you as normal about the weather, so we'll see how you describe it. Just another minute till we start. If you're watching the stream and you want to play along, you need to download the Kahoot app, which you can join at kahoot.it, or you can download it from the App Store or the Apple Store. So yeah, download the app, join the game, type in the pin at the top of the screen here and at the bottom. Hopefully you'll be able to see that right the way through, and even if you join late, you'll be able to join in the game, but not afterwards. So obviously you need to be answering these questions live. Yeah, Sophie's shouting out to Scottish Storm, Julia, Fran and Colin. I'm not sure I see Colin, maybe Colin's got a different name, but yeah, great. Welcome to the quiz. I hope you're going to enjoy it and do well. It's actually time for us to start now, so I'll see you in just a minute. Great, so here we are. As usual, we're going to start off with 3 test questions. So fingers on buzzers. There won't be any points for these, but you will be able to get an idea of how it will work. How many days are in a year? Select the correct option on your Kahoot app. So is it 365? Is it 12? Is it 7? Or is it 60? How many days in a year? Simply press the correct corresponding colour on your Kahoot app to answer. Looks like most of you have got your answers in. Okay, 10 answers in, and most of you got it correct. Somebody wrote 12 or chose blue. Maybe just a reminder, just wait for the don't click the answer on your app until you see the question on the stream, or until you hear me say the question. So of course no points for that. True or false? This is a hammer. So just look at the picture and tell me if you think that is a hammer, hit blue, and if you think that is not a hammer, hit red. So there can be that choice question, a true or false. There can be a free text question, or sometimes even putting things in the correct order. Looks like most of you got that correct. It looks like we've got you understanding what's going on. The final test question, this is usually a bit of a booby trap, but anyway, what is this? Only the last word is needed. Just type what you think this is into the Kahoot app. When you type in the questions, type in your answers, they'll be displayed on the screen afterwards for everyone to see. Just type what you think this is. The final test question. There's only 30 seconds for the test questions. For normal questions, you'll get 60 seconds. So what did you put? Ready salted crisp, chips, crisp. Oh, someone did a really good guess there. That was good. But yeah, so I purposely put in a false answer here. That's to stop the streaks, and I'll explain that on the next slide. So the scoring works that you get, the most important thing is correct answers. For a correct answer, you will get a score. The next most important thing is to be consistent. So you get bonus points for having correct answers one after another. So if you can build up a streak, I've seen streaks of 20, 25 points, maybe even 25 questions. And so that really builds up every question after another. Then you're going to really start to get bonus points, and quick. So the base for any question correct answer is 1,000 points. So the quicker you answer it, the closer you can get to that 1,000 points. Anything after that time will reduce by away from that 1,000 points. So yeah, it's being correct, consistent, and quick. The first round, which we'll have 5 questions on, is called a question of scale. So here we go with the first question. Ancient deceased Egyptians had their hearts weighed against another object to determine if they had a virtuous life. What was this object? So was it black ink? Was it grain? Was it gold? Or was it a feather? Ancient deceased Egyptians had their hearts weighed against another object to determine if they had had a virtuous life. If you think this was black ink, hit red. If you think this was grain, hit blue. If you think this was gold, hit the golden button. And if you think this was a feather, hit green. So only one of you got this correct. It was a feather. It obviously doesn't make sense, but this was what they used to use. So only one of you got that correct. Who got it correct? It was Kitty Hawks. So a great guess from Kitty there, puts you right out in the lead. And you can see there, so Kitty Hawks answered the question quite quickly, but not at the very maximum would have been 1,000 points. So just worked down there from 1,000, so a few seconds after the start. The strongest earthquake ever recorded was 9.5 on the Richter scale. In which country was this? Was it in the USA? Was it in Iran? Was it in Japan? Or was it in Chile? If you think it was in the USA, hit red. If you think it was in Iran, hit blue. If you think it was in Japan, hit yellow. And if you think it was in Chile, hit green. And I'm sorry for this little child here. I'm not sure if there really is an earthquake going on here, but seems to be having a little bit of trouble standing up. like maybe any of us would be in a earthquake situation. Only 2 of you have got it correct again. It was in Chile. It was the 9.5 on the Richter scale earthquake. And Alice Chew has moved into first place. Kitty Hawks has dropped to second, with Summer Jilly in third. Only 3 correct answers so far, so some really tough questions at the start. Let's see how we go on. What scale is being played here? Let me just turn off the background music. And I can't seem to get the audio working. That's going to be a bit of a frustrating. There we go. So name the scale. Okay, so that one didn't work so well, but maybe you could see the keys there. But make your answer. You heard a part of it. You could see the keys. Which scale was being played? 8 of you got it correct. Brilliant. It was G major. Correct. What's that done to the top? Alice Chew is still leading now with 2 correct answers in a row. Scout Chew, Julia has moved up into 4th, and Sophie Chew in 5th. And the Scottish Storm has moved up 9 places and is the highest climber. Which mountain's peak is the farthest earthly peak from the Earth's centre? So, which mountain's peak is the farthest earthly peak from the Earth's centre? Is it Kilimanjaro, the Kibo summit? Is it Mount Everest? Is it the Chimborazo volcano? Or is it K2? Just 20 seconds left. Most of you have answered this already. Okay, only 2 of you have got this correct. Sounds a bit crazy, but basically the Chimborazo volcano, I think it's in Ecuador, and basically, I think it's Ecuador, but it's basically on the equatorial hump, which means that normally mountains are measured from sea level, but because of the equatorial hump, it's actually further away from the centre at its peak than Mount Everest. Pretty incredible. But only 2 of you got it correct, which was Kitty Chew and Marty. So well done to you guys. Not many correct answers in this first round. And I guess the question there was about scale. The highest mountain above sea level or the highest mountain from the Earth's centre. Can you name this scaly animal? Just type your answer into the Kahoot app now. Do you know any scaly animals? I think this one's been in the news in the last few months as well, for all sorts of different reasons. Poor thing. Rather a long tongue there. Impressive, I might say. I don't think he's actually catching anything. Or maybe he is. 12 answers in so far, just a few seconds left. Can you name this scaly animal? Let's see what you put. Pangolin, armadillo, anteater, pangolin. Oh, there were some strange spellings there. It looked to be the same spelling in most languages. I think some of you really did a good job there, but it just shows the the importance of correct spelling here. So quite often I will put in various different spellings or separations of words where it seems to be maybe two words or one word, or with a the or not a the. So be really careful with your spellings, guys. Let's see what's happened. Alice is still at the top and is really extending a lead. Alice Chew in the first place, Kitty Chew in second, Sophie Chew in third, Richard Chew in fourth, and Kitty Hawks in fifth. Okay, we've got a bonus question now. It's a number juggler. You've got to put these in order from highest through to the lowest. So put the highest number first, right through to the lowest number. And once you've put them in the correct order, hit submit. Or I think it's like a K with an exclamation mark on your app. Looks like somebody got it wrong, but most of you got it correct. They were just looking like years from highest to lowest. Most of you have got that correct. All of the top 5 have got that correct, so good stuff. The next round is theme songs. I'm just going to turn the volume up because I know we're going to need that. And I'll turn off the background, and I'll probably have to bring in a cover. Yeah, so you have to name what film this is from. If you know is it from South Park? Is it from G.I. Joe? Is it from Team America? Or is it from The Dictator? Okay, 10 of you have got that correct. It was from Team America World Police. Good stuff. No move in the top, but Kitty Hawks has moved up to third. Very interesting here. We have 2 kitties in the top 3. That's amazing. A Kitty Chew and a Kitty Hawks. Marty in 4th and Sumadili in 5th. But Nicole from Samaroshti is up 3 places and is the highest climber. So let's do another one. So what's this? Name the video game that this song marks. So name the video game that this song marketed. Only the last word is needed. It's a bit of an older one, so maybe the younger members might not remember this game. Let's see what we got. Tetris, Mario Kart, Pinata, Dash. So 3 of you got it correct. It was from Mortal Kombat. So good work to 3 of you there. Let's see what that's done to the top. Sumajili has moved up a place into 3rd. And Nicole from Samaroshti has also moved up into 5th. And Sumajili also has 3 correct answers in a row, which might come in useful with those bonus extra points. Name the TV series this is from. Come on, guys, type your answer in if you can think of it. Only got 2 answers in, which means most of you maybe don't even recognise it. Okay, maybe some good guesses, we'll see. Breaking Bad, Peaky Blinders, Sopranos, so none of you got that one. It was from The Sopranos, bit of an old one, but none of, so all streaks have gone. Name the TV show that this is from. And I think you might have seen that, but let's see. If you missed it, you missed it. And here only the first or last word will be accepted because the length of the answer won't fit in the whole name. Let's see what you've got. Okay, somebody tried to write the full name, but they also wrote Buggy, which is not quite right. Anyway, it was Buffy the Vampire Slayer, so well done to 10 of you. Let's see what that's done at the top. Quite a lot of you at the top there got that correct. And here you need to select the cult classic that this is from. It's another old one, but at least you've got a 25% chance here. So see, 5 of you got that correct. It's a lot more obscure, that one. So luckily you didn't need to type the answer for that one in. And we've got a new leader. Kitty Chew has taken the lead. 100 points ahead of Alice Chew. Kitty Hawks in 3rd place, about another 100 points back. Summer Jilly just 100 points back from Kitty Hawks. And then Marty just another 100 points back again. I think that's the end of the theme tune round. So now, what is your favourite theme tune? Just let me know in the let me know just by typing answer here. No points for this. But I'd just like to know what your favourite theme tune is. I'm just trying to think what mine was. I used to really enjoy Knight Rider. That was a really good one. I probably enjoyed it more than the show. In fact, that's probably the thing. I enjoy lots of theme tunes more than I enjoy the show. I'll just watch a theme tune and then move on to something else. Ghostbusters, Countdown, Peaky Blinders, Buffy, Stranger Things, She-Ra, Charlie and Lola, Peppa Pig, and Friends. So Friends seems to be the really popular theme tune there. We actually have maybe a Friends cameo coming up in one of the later questions, which is quite interesting. So round 3 is the round chosen by you guys last week, which is Greek mythology. So we're going to now have 5 questions on Greek mythology. Which of these gods was not a child of Rhea? Cronus, Hades, Zeus and Poseidon. So you need to tell me the one god that was not a child of Rhea. Was it Cronus, Hades, Zeus or Poseidon? We've got 9 answers in so far. Hopefully you've been studying your Greek mythology all week, or swatting up on it if you already know it, just confirming some things. On the chat, Danka is saying hi there. I'm not sure if she's playing or not, but anyway, hi Danka. 5 of you have got this correct. It was Cronus. All the other 3 were children of Rhea. What's that done at the top? It's moved Kitty Hawks up to within just touching distance of first place. And Kitty Hawks also now has a answer streak of 3. Bit of a monopoly of the kitties here at the top. Name this 3-headed god. And I think I've got various spellings of this to try and accommodate people's different languages. I think I've got the Czech version, I've got the Latin version, the English version. So just type your answer here if you know what this 3-headed Greek god is called. Danka says she's not playing this week, but hope you enjoy watching anyway. Just 10 seconds left, 11 answers in. Can you name this 3-headed god or dog? Almost looks like a dog. What did you put? Oh, there was some really good answers there. We can't have every spelling. So I put in Cerberus, where there's 3 answers is, let's say, the English spelling. I think the one with the K is a Czech spelling, and the other one is like I also saw this as a spelling somewhere, but yeah, I'm sorry I can't put in every spelling, but good tries there anyway, guys. What's it done at the top? Kitty Hawks has moved into the lead. Kitty Chew has been toppled from first place, now sits in second. Alice Chew in third, Nicole from Samorości in fourth, and Nikki from Samorości in fifth, both moving up places. So, which of these was not an area of the Greek underworld? Elysium, Asphodel Meadows, Tartarus, and Charon or Charon. Which of these was not an area of the Greek underworld? Elysium, Asphodel Meadows, Tartarus, and Charon or Charon. Most of you have answered already, but if you think it was Elysium, hit red. If you think it was the Asphodel Meadows, hit blue. If you think it was Tartarus, hit yellow. And if you think it was Charon, hit green. And it was Charon. Those other 3 were areas of the Greek underworld. Charon was he was like the ferryman who used to carry people from the overworld into the underworld. And Nicole and Nikki have both got that correct, moving from 4th and 5th up to 2nd and 3rd, making this a really close quiz at the top. I think it's really open. Anyone can win this for sure. We're not even halfway. Name the goddess of women, marriage, family, childbirth, and the queen of gods. What was her name? Do you know your Greek goddesses. I've certainly learnt some new things about Greek mythology this week. And this answer actually made me laugh a bit, which I'll tell you about why in just a second. 12 answers in with 17 seconds left. Name the goddess of women, marriage, family, childbirth, and the queen of the gods. And what answers do we have? Alethea, Athena, Venus. It was Hera. 10 of you have got that correct. Really good work. And it made me laugh because here in Czech Republic, Hera is a form of margarine. It's like the most popular margarine that you can get for baking with. So yeah. Nicole and Nikki have both got that correct and moved above Kitty Hawks. So we've got Nicole, Nikki, Kitty, Kitty and Alice in the top 5. Good stuff. And Nikki has the highest answer streak of 4. True or false? The wife of King Minos had an affair with a bull to create the mythical creature, the Minotaur. Is that true or false? The wife of King Minos had an affair with a bull to create the mythical creature, the Minotaur. Okay, all answers are in, and that was true. The most shocking thing about this story, which I couldn't fit in the length of the amount of characters I had here, is that apparently they built her a wooden cow structure that King Minos's wife could fit inside somehow to execute the affair. Amazing detail in the story there. I was very shocked. Kitty Hawks has risen to the top again, but we're extremely close here. That is extraordinary. Less than 500 points between first and fifth. This game really is anyone's. That was the last of the 5 Greek mythology questions. We've now got a bonus question. You need to put these from first to last in the alphabet. So moving from the first alphabetically through to the last alphabetically. Sort them in your app and hit submit. Should be quite easy, but maybe you can get some bonus points for speed. But of course the most important is to get it correct. Hera, Minotaur, Cerberus and Rhea. "13 answers in so far. All of you have got it correct. Well done to all of you. So just maybe some shifts based on the time. There we go. Kitty Chew, because she answered it that little bit faster than I think Nicole and Nikki, has moved up. And maybe even Alice as well has moved up a couple of places there. Fantastic. Well done. What have we got for the next round? The next round, psychiatry. Maybe some tough questions coming up here, but we'll be testing you. Name this French feminist philosopher who wrote The Second Sex. This was influential on second wave feminism. Only the surname is needed, and I think this is her here. So you only need the surname, but you can write the full name. Do any of you know your French feminist philosophers? Do you know much about second wave feminism? A few of you are getting your answers in now. Maybe a bit of a tough one as well to have to type this in. Hopefully any of you who have those streaks going can keep the streaks going with a correct answer. I don't even know. Frang. Beauvoir. Oh! Somebody had almost had it, but had just spelt it a bit incorrectly. I'm not quite sure how they'd spelt it to be incorrect, but it was spelt incorrectly. I'm so sorry. Oh well. It might have even been Kitty Hawks, because it looks like Kitty Hawks got that incorrect, I think. Or maybe it was just Kitty Chew getting it a little bit faster. Anyway, we've got a new entry here in the top 5. Richard Chew is now here, moving up into 5th place. Less than 500 points off the top. That's just one correct answer. According to phrenologist, which is junk science, a type of science that's now been proven as junk, Franz Gall, what do thick folds on the back of the neck indicate? So this was a type of science that said head shape and head lumps could describe personality and behaviours. So folds on the back of the neck, does that mean honesty, over-sexuality, aggressiveness, or neuroticism? So according to phrenologist Franz Gall, what do thick folds on the back of the neck indicate? Honesty, over-sexuality, aggressiveness, or neuroticism? Most of you have got your answers in now. Only one of you have got it correct. You should have known better. It was over-sexuality. But aggressiveness, yeah, that might be the false friend in there that we associate that with, I don't know, a big, strong, aggressive man maybe. But apparently it meant over-sexuality. Interesting. None of the top 5 got that correct. But it looks like it was Scottish Storm who got that correct, because they now have an answer streak of 4. That answer streak could serve very well and could help pull you up that leaderboard now, because you're the only player with a streak now. Which psychiatrist said, "Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves"? This is a video, but there's purposefully no sound. And it is the psychiatrist that you're looking for. So if you recognize the face, that might also help you. But who said, "Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves"? And of course here you can put in the last name or the surname or the full name. I will always just accept the surname when it comes to names, or just the last word. There we go, time's up. I don't know what that face is at the end there. Anyway, Freud, Sigmund, Jung, Gustav Jung. It was Carl Jung. Some of you wrote Freud there. I think there is a question about Freud coming up. But we got a new leader, first of all, Kitty Hawks, back up to the top. Nicole and Nikki from Samoroschi also making a charge back up to the top. Still very, very close, just 1,000 points from 1st to 5th. Scottish Storm still with their streak of 5 questions now. So hopefully we'll be seeing them in the top 5 in the next few questions. Yeah, here we go. Sigmund Freud was born in a town that is now part of the Czech Republic. Name that town. So if you know the name of the town where Sigmund Freud was born, type that into your Kahoot app now. You can, I think they call them diacrits, which are like little hooks and things. You can include those or not. I also included the the old German name if that's really what you want to type, but the current Czech name is acceptable with the hooks and accents or without. It's fine. And if we were looking at Freud's explanations of life, they might be slightly more, well, isn't it famous that he has more phallic theories? Which, okay, anyway, a bed, Galicia, Przybor, Prague, and so it was Przybor was the name of the town, or I would have accepted Przybor, which 7 of you put, and that's the old German name that I've never heard before. Okay, we've got a new leader. Nicole from Samorości is now top, with Nikki from Samorości in second, Kitty Hawks in third, Rich Chew in fourth, and Alice Chew has now moved into the top 5 as well. I think at the expense of Kitty Chew, but I'm not 100% sure. Give the surname of these 2 fictional psychiatrists. So do you recognise these 2 guys? They have the same surname, so I just want one surname. Give the name of these 2 fictional psychiatrists. So type your answer into your Kahoot app now. Maybe you recognise the TV show they're from. Sophie seems to think Scottish Storm might be cheating. Well, I don't want to be presumptuous, but I would say I trust everyone, and I'm sure everyone's just doing the best they can. And hopefully, most of the questions are designed not to allow for cheating. But anyway, what did we have? Fraser was the guy on the left's first name. His name is Fraser Crane, and his brother was Niles Crane. So it was a good guess with Fraser, but it wasn't good enough. You needed the surname. So I'm sorry about that for those of you who wrote Fraser. 2 of you got it correct. None in the top 5, and I'm not sure we've got any streaks going still. No points moving. So that was the end of the psychiatry round. It's a number juggler. You need to order these from lowest through to highest. I think these are the birth dates of those various philosophers and psychiatrists. I think 1758 was that lumpy head guy. 1856 I think was Freud. 1875 was Jung when he was born. And 1908 was the Beauvoir. Was it Sophie de Beauvoir, the feminist second sex author, and second wave feminism, the other sex, I can't remember the name of the book. Either way, anyway, most of you have got this correct. It was just putting years in order from lowest to highest. And what's that done? No movers. Let's see what we've got coming up next. You're going to need to turn up the volume on your TVs if you haven't already. I've turned on my sound as well. So let's move on to the next. Oh no, first of all, we've got a word cloud round. So just to see what you're drinking. What are you drinking at the moment? I'm drinking my apricot brandy, as usual, which is aged in my oak cask in the cellar here. And rather horrific bit of drinking here of somebody doing, I think it's what's called a beer bong. I don't recommend it. It can actually be quite dangerous. If you did it with something like this, I think it can be very dangerous. But with beer, I think it's still okay. So what have we got? Many different answers here. Some long, some small, short. Oh, is it going to be water? Is it going to be gin and tonic? What's this popular answer, I wonder? Maybe it's wine. Just a few seconds left. What do we have? Apricot brandy. Yeah, apricot brandy. Everyone's drinking apricot brandy. Champagne, water, bud, coffee. Hopefully it's keeping you awake, keeping you active. We got somebody drinking Brewdog. I think that's a type of beer. Nada. I think that's Spanish for nothing. Vodka, chocolate. Somebody's doing shots. So congratulations to you. Good one. I like it. Lovely stuff. So I'm going to bring the music back in and I'm going to turn off the background music because the next round is sci-fi shows. So you're going to see the sci-fi shows, you're going to hear them, and you're going to be asked questions about them. So name this TV show. Only the last word is needed.
Wait a second, you read palms?
100-year-old Gypsy King taught me. Maybe he's closer to 80, but he was definitely...
Lovely stuff. What do we have? Ninja Warrior, Traveller, Pass, Doctor Who. It was from the TV show Quantum Leap, and there I was making the reference earlier saying that we see someone from Friends. There's Jennifer Aniston making an appearance in that. I think it was before the time of Friends. New member of the top 5, Summer Jilly moving up. Nicole from Samaroshji holding tight in first place. So which Star Trek TV show is this? So just select.
I respect that, but you're no match for me.
Is it Discovery, Enterprise, Voyager, or Deep Space Nine? Are any of you Trekkies?
Still no sign of 7, but I've got a lock on Tuvok.
Beam him to sickbay. Keep targeting those generators.
Transport complete.
Bridge to Tuvok.
Go ahead, Commander.
Do you know 7 status?
She's been...
Only 3 of you got that correct. It was Star Trek Voyager. I'm not a Trekkie, so I don't have... I wouldn't have been able to tell the difference so much, but 3 of you did. I'm not sure if they were lucky guesses or good knowledge, but Summer Jilly is now moving up to 3rd and is now only 300 points, less than 300 points off the top. I think anyone can still win this, definitely from the top 4. Maybe others can as well. Marty's got a streak of 4 correct answers in a row. So this is a clip from Lost in Space. True or false?
Trying to fool Charisse and her friends, that's risky enough, but how do you know I won't blow your cover?
You look like somebody I could trust.
I just look like somebody you could trust? Why? You must get hurt an awful lot.
Sometimes you get hurt no matter what you do. You can't let that stop you trusting people.
Sure you can. I have to hear the same old lines year after year, asking you to trust and to care for as long as they need you.
Okay, 10 of you have got that correct. It was false. That was actually from Buck Rogers in the 25th century. So well done. And we've got a new leader. Kitty Hawks has taken the lead and is about 500 points ahead. Richard Chews holding on in there. Marty's still with his streak of 5, so we might see Marty in the top 5 as well soon. Name this TV show. Only the last word is needed. Show me what you got. Simpsons. Swifty. That was a good guess, but most of you, or 12 of you, have got that correct. It was from Rick and Morty. Everyone in the top 5, I think, apart from one there, maybe. But maybe even Richard Chew had it correct. But I think maybe Marty, with his streak, has now cruised into the top 5. So how many more have we got now? Yeah, the last one now. So name this TV show. So it looks like everyone who answered got it correct. 13 of you. Luckily I put it there as with a space as well. It's actually spelt without the space. So 2 of you benefited from that. I'm really happy about that. And all the top 5 have got that correct. Okay, a word cloud. Describe the weather that you have had for the last week in one word, if possible. I guess it could be a type of weather description. Maybe it would be an adjective of some kind. Maybe it would be a feeling or an emotion. Just you let me know how you would describe the weather where you've been for the last week. Has it been a Scottish storm or not? That was the end of round 5. We've just got one more round left, but it could still make all the difference, I think, in who's going to be victorious or who even appears in the top 5. Just a few seconds left. Let's see what weather's going on around you. Wet, the worst. Oh, candy, rye, rubbish, unpredictable, rain, sweaty weather, changeable, rainy, and those sick emojis. Oh dear, dear, dear. Yeah. Apart from somebody, Rai here, R-A-I, I think this means paradise in Czech. So somebody's obviously enjoying the weather, or maybe they're somewhere that's got nicer weather, because yeah, here it's been awful. Wet, stormy, unpredictable and changeable. Okay, the final round is going to be time zones. So 5 questions about time zones. Get ready, fingers on buzzers. Here we go. The clocks spring forward. The rule for Europe is the last Sunday in March. For the USA, it's the second Sunday in March. Is that true or false? The clocks spring forward. The rule for Europe is the last Sunday in March. For the USA, it's the second Sunday in March. Is that true or false? It was true. So yeah, in Europe, we move the clocks forward at 2 a.m. on the last Sunday in March, and in the USA, it's the second Sunday in March. We've got a new leader. It's Nicole. Still so close. I've never seen it this close. Maybe in a couple of players, but never for all 5 top players. But Marty this is interesting, because we've got Nicole and Nikki in first and second, but Marty's there, and Marty's got a streak of 8 correct answers in a row, which could have serious effects coming up for these last few questions. How many time zones does Russia span? There's a tolerance of 1 either way here, so you can go above 1 or -1. So just type a number about how many time zones you think Russia has. So there's 3 acceptable answers here. The correct answer, 1 less and 1 more. Nine answers in already so far. 20 seconds left. It's a really poor picture of Russia, isn't it, that one? Very low resolution, but actually maybe it looks better from far away on a television. Anyway, it doesn't show time zones, it just shows you the wide expanse of Russia. Somebody's had a really crazy guess there of billions and billions, but 5 of you have got it exactly correct, and 1 of you within the tolerance of 1. So 11 was the correct answer, but 10 or 12 were acceptable. And that's completely changed the top, actually. Wow. So let's see. We've got Summer Jilly at the top with 16,400. Richard Chew in second. Alice Chew in third. Nicole in fourth, and Nikki in fifth. This is a puzzle round now, but it's just a normal question. Put these 4 USA time zones in order of west to east. So put them in the correct order of which they appear across the USA. In fact, the same as the map is showing there. So put these time zones across the USA in the correct order and hit submit. So these are the continental USA time zones: Eastern, Central, Pacific, and Mountain. Nine answers so far. This gift's a bit weird because it seems to miss out Florida. I don't know why. Ooh. So I'd expect not everyone to get this correct because it's not so easy. But yeah, from west to east it was, Pacific time, Mountain time, Central time, Eastern time. 64% of you got it correct though. What's it done at the top? Ooh. Summerjilly is now leading by over 1,000 points. Marty's in second. Nicole from Samarosti in third. Scout Chew, we haven't seen Scout so far, but is now up into fourth place and has 6 correct answers in a row. Still big chances there. And then Nikki from Samarosti in fifth. So close. So close. Quiz round now. And you have to select multiple questions here. Select all European countries that the Greenwich Meridian line passes through. UK, Spain, France, and Andorra. So select all the European countries that you think the Greenwich Meridian line passes through. And I think this is a GIF of part of the Greenwich Meridian line. So you need to get all of your answers correct. So it could be all of them, it could be none of them, it could be 1, 2, 3 or 4 of these. So select the ones that you think the Greenwich Meridian line passes through and hit enter. Select all European countries that the Greenwich Meridian line passes through. Time's up. We've got 13 answers in. So it's really hard to tell what specific answers you put here because UK, Spain and France were correct. So if you put those 3 and only those 3, you got the points. Let's see if anyone in the top 5 got those 3 correct. Yeah, they did. Summerjilly got it correct. So did Sophie Chu. I'm not sure if Nicole got it correct, but Nikki looks like she got it correct. And Marty's staying in there in the top 5. Really close stuff, but it looks like Summerjilly might be pulling away with this. All but one of the following countries are at least partly in the time zone UTC +8. Which country is not in this time zone? So it's really pointing out which of these countries does not have at least part of its land in this time zone. And this is the last question of this round. Just 4 seconds left. Most of you have put your answers in. And it was Japan. So 5 of you got it correct. It's not a lot of you. So it means that there could be serious consequences in the top positions here. Let's have a look at what that's done. Ooh, second, third and fourth all got that correct. But Summerjilly didn't. I don't think it's possible to catch now. I think we've got one last bonus question here. Yep. It's an alphabetized, so put these from last to first in the alphabet. Last to first in the alphabet, so it's like reverse alphabetical order. Japan, Russia, Spring and Central. This is the last question where you'll be able to score points. Most important is always get it correct, especially if you've got a streak. And then speed is obviously very important as well, to squeeze out those last drops of points. Looks like most of you have got your answers in. Only some of you, I think we're trying to be a bit too quick there. Let me just check. Yeah, some of you I think were a little bit too quick there. What's it done at the top? Maybe Sophie was a little bit too quick there, or just a slip of the finger, but Nicole and Nikki have moved up places. So let's have a look what's next. We've got a poll, so you need to choose an overall theme for the whole quiz next week. So your choice: celebrity, Trivial Pursuit, books and war. Your choice, guys. And if we have a draw, we'll split it. And if we have a three-way draw, we'll split it 3 ways. And a 4-way split, of course, we'll split it 4 ways as well. That happened the first time I think we did it, trying to choose what decade it was going to be, and we had a 3-way split between 3 different decades. But that was still quite interesting. So which do you want? What do you want the theme of next week's quiz to be? We've got a winner. It's Trivial Pursuit. That's a board game, if some of you don't know, but it's I think that can be quite interesting. Trivial Pursuit, 50% of you wanted that. So let's have a look at the next slide. So yeah, we'll be showing the scores now. So I'm going to bring back in the Kahoot music and turn off my background music as I announce the scores. So the 13th home quiz, in third place with 18,833 points was Nikki from Samaroshi. In second place with 18,929 points was Nicole, but first place with 20,365 points was Summer Jilly. And honourable mentions for Sophie Chu and Marty in 4th and 5th place respectively. Great work, guys, fantastic. I'll hit next. Actually, I'll ask you guys to give your feedback for next. Let me see if I can, get feedback. So yeah, I've sent the, I think I can even show your feedback here. So that's quite nice. I didn't know I can do that. And I can also go back to the podium as well. Oh no, and then it shows the crazy music. Fine. Okay, so anyway, thanks everyone for joining. It was another really exciting quiz. Really enjoyed having you guys here. We'll have the Trivial Pursuit special next week. Please don't forget to visit our donations page if you want to help support the quiz at StayAtHomeQuiz.com. Like our Facebook page to stay in touch with future events, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. So